Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's completion ceremony for the CWI Law Enforcement Program, Classes 9 and 10. We appreciate your attendance tonight. We appreciate your support for these students and all the things that they've gone through over the last year, year and a half, depending on which class you're here to represent. I want to start by giving you the CWI Law Enforcement mission statement so you understand why we do what we do. The CWI Law Enforcement Program prepares our students to be servant leaders within our communities. We provide progressive academic and practical training from expert instructors and the use of modern technology. We have a clear mission, which is to prepare students to support their citizens and protect their civil rights by exercising the highest levels of ethics, empathy, and energy at all times. Would you please rise for the presentation of the colors and the introduction of the class? Please render the proper salute, hands over your heart, or uniformed personnel, a hand salute as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We appreciate so much the pipes and drums and the honor guard from the Nampa Police Department who supports our program so strongly. Some of those folks are instructors here with us. Others are field instructors when our students go out and do their practicum, so we greatly appreciate that. I'd like to introduce the personnel on the platform tonight. To my right is the Director of Public Safety Training, Kevin Plaques. Right behind me is Sergeant Jim Love, retired ISP, who will be our keynote speaker tonight. Senior Training Coordinator Stacy Mowry, Senior Training Coordinator Kelly Crawforth, and then somewhere in the back of the room is our Administrative Assistant Carly Reynolds, which rounds out our team. At this time, I would like to have Director Plaques come forward and give a few remarks.
Thank you, Director Forsman. My name is Kevin Plaques, and I'm the Director of Public Safety Programs here at the College of Western Idaho. And I want to welcome all the friends and the family that are here, along with our students. It's great to see you again. Some have had a little break from school and be back again. But this is such a joyous occasion for us to celebrate here at the College of Western Idaho with you. As you know, these students started a journey a long time ago, was probably contacting one of our senior program coordinators here and starting that application process. They learned how to get hired by a police department, by how to get into our program. This is a closed program. This is a very competitive program. We have a lot of students that would love to be at our graduation today that didn't make it through the process. So I highly salute the candidates who now are moving forward for their graduation ceremonies on the fantastic job that they've done, learning those skills that they've learned as for the post-certificate for patrol and for detention. That is something that is not offered as a combination class throughout the state like we offer here at the college setting here. The students get so much more training than they do get at post, and that is because of the professionalism of our staff and our cadre of over 60 instructors from the Valley and the law enforcement from state, county, and city that are active duty law enforcement or recently retired. So I want to assure you that the students receive the highest level of training. We want to welcome you here as you celebrate this. I appreciate everybody cooperating with us during the COVID situation. The class did incredible with what we had to do in order to make this work. This cadre was tight in both classes, along with our instructors, and made this all work so well under such a stressful situation. The class is stressful enough. The people that you see up on this board here have graduated from very similar programs, and we know how tough it is. So we have walked a mile in your shoes, class, both classes. And want to thank again the families for being here, and we're able to celebrate this. Welcome on behalf of the College of Western Idaho, public safety programs, the criminal justice, law, and fire. And at this time, I'd like to introduce by video our esteemed president of the College of Western Idaho, Bert Glandon, and he has supported our program as Chief Forsman set this up, and we are so proud to have President Glandon be with us today by video. So if we could go ahead and cue up the video and have that go.
Thank you for attending this event tonight, this celebration. We are so pleased to have you here this evening, and we have decided to do our part virtual so that it opens up some seats. More of your friends and families can show up. We are so proud of you graduates. I can't tell you how much we appreciate not only that you're graduating and that you've stuck with it and that you've made this great successful achievement, but also that you've chosen the careers you've chosen. During this time of the pandemic and all the other challenges that have been out there, we are so proud of you to pick this career to help out our culture and our society at this time. We wish you the very best of success, and we are so proud that you are able not only to stick with it and be persistent to graduate, but to choose the career that you've chosen to better our society and our culture at this time. Graduates, congratulations. Friends and family, thanks for supporting them in getting to this final day. And as you start your careers, we look forward to you being a part of the CWI family, and we look forward to you coming back and showing us the successes that you've had at this time as well. This is Bert Glandon, the president of College Western Idaho, wishing you the very best of success in the careers that you've chosen. Thank you and congratulations.
And just to echo what President Glandon said one more time, thank you, family, for being here, supporting our students, thank you for having that family there to support you. It is a lifelong career that most of us have spent more than 30 years doing, and it is for our family that we are doing this for our community. And I'll turn it back over to Director Forsman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director Plaques. At this time, we're going to have a presentation of class plaques. Each class that comes through brings something that they have put together that will hang somewhere in our classroom or in the hallway in our area that commemorates that class coming through and graduating. So at this time, Class 9 President will step up and make his presentation.
First off, I want to thank our administration and our college for making this ceremony happen. Thank you everybody who showed up, friends and family in our class, for being adaptive. A thing I want to leave you guys with is stay motivated, stay humble, and pay attention to what you're doing. Thank you guys for supporting us all as students and peers. Without you guys' support, we probably won't get this far or even be here in these chairs. Thank you.
Oh, well. All right. And now we'll have the presentation from Class 10.
Good evening. Excuse me. These guys just mean so much to me. Everybody on this stage, especially Lieutenant Mowry, I would not be here without him. I wouldn't believe that I would all of a sudden be able to say that I work for the Nampa Police Department. And I've learned through that to always bring tissues. Because, like Chief, I've learned it's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve like I do. So this sign in this photo is our contribution, Class 10, to the classroom. And it says, "The sheep pretend the wolf will never come. The sheepdog lives for that day." The sheep are considered innocent. The wolf is the one who feeds off the sheep without mercy. And the sheepdog is someone who lives to protect the flock and confront the wolf. Some people may be destined to be sheep. Others might be destined or genetically primed to be wolves or sheepdogs. But I believe that most people can choose which one they want to be. And I'm proud to say that Class 10 are sheepdogs. And I will always have their 6. And including that, Class 9 and anyone in blue. We are all now brothers and sisters. We stand together, and I appreciate every single one of you who serve, whether that's military or police. So thank you.
Thank you, both classes, for those gifts. Those will be hung prominently in the classroom area. At this time, I'm going to ask that we do the presentation of class videos. From day one, we have students appointed who are taking photos and video, all of those things, and they take it throughout their entire 2-semester program, put together everything they did in that time in a video under 5 minutes. Good luck with that. And this will give you a slight taste of what they go through on a daily basis. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker tonight. Jim Love, retired Idaho State Police, was selected by Class 9 and 10 wholeheartedly supported that to be our speaker. Jim has been with the Idaho State Police since 1988. His note here is where I taught his handcuffing class in the academy, which, okay, I'm old, I got it. While with the Idaho State Police, Jim has been assigned to patrol, dignitary protection, and training. Jim retired in 2017, but continues to work for the Idaho State Police during the legislative session. Jim's been an adjunct instructor for CWI since our inception with Class 1, where he teaches emergency vehicle operation and firearms, both as a lead and a support instructor for us. I'm going to give this to Jim tonight. This is a challenge coin from our program. You cannot buy this. You cannot get one because you're friends with anyone. You must earn this. Each of our students will get one tonight as well. But I want to make sure Jim understands how much we appreciate him. He is retiring from our program as well, and we just want to let him know he earned this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Love.
Thank you. Kevin Plaques, Chief Leroy Forsman, CWI staff and faculty, Lieutenant Mallory, Kelly Crawford, and Carly Reynolds. Friends and family that have gathered here tonight, and most importantly, the graduating members of Class 9 and Class 10. It is an honor to be here tonight with you. It is indeed a special evening for each and every one of you, and I truly thank you for including me. I must confess, when Chief Forsman emailed me about speaking tonight, I hesitated. There was a bit of fear that I thought. Not fear from speaking, but fear from what I could possibly say tonight that would be meaningful to you. You see, I can remember back to my graduation from Post 33 years ago, and while I can tell you exactly where that graduation occurred, I cannot begin to tell you who spoke or what they had to say. So what can I do differently tonight? What can I say that might possibly be memorable or helpful to you in your careers? Well, after spending much time thinking about it, I decided to do it a little differently. Rather than talk about the beginning of your careers, I'm going to talk about the end of your careers. We call this retirement. Now, I know retirement isn't something you're thinking about at this moment. And I know, in fact, I'm certain that at no point have you sat around the classroom and discussed retirement with each other. But retirement is something that we all share. No matter what your occupation, no matter what your career, retirement is the end goal. It's something that we work towards. It's a time in our life that we can look back, that we can do things, that we don't need an alarm clock. We can get up when we want, we can go to bed when we want. It is also a time to reflect back upon your career and ask the one question: was it a good one? For most retirees that I know, the answer to this is yes. But I've known many retirees that are bitter. They're angry. I've known many other people who don't make it to retirement. They burn out along the way. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years into a job, and they leave. That's a waste. How sad. And why is it? Well, I spent some time thinking about that, and I came up with some rules that I believe that you need to think about now and throughout your career so that you can make it to retirement, so that you can look back at that time and answer that question, was it a good one? Now, I'm sure that if we ask these gentlemen here, since there's 3 others up here that have retired, they would add to these rules, but this is what I felt was important. Rule number 1, have fun. The job is fun, and you should be enjoying it. If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong career. Now, I'm not going to say that every day is fun. You will have bad days. You will have bad weeks, but generally, you should have fun. Being happy and enjoying what you do is the key to a successful career. It has been said that if you truly enjoy what you do, you will never work a day in your life. There is great wisdom to that saying. I used to teach for post, and I would teach instructor classes. And the one thing that I would tell them at the end of that class was, folks, when you teach for your people, make sure whatever you do is fun. Because if your students have fun, they'll enjoy the training. They'll look forward to the next training. It is the same for you. If you have fun, you look forward to what you do, you will have a good career. Rule number 2, don't be a bench drain. I'll let you know what that is in a minute. Always give your best, but you need to understand and accept the fact that you don't have the power or the influence over many things, especially when you're young. Okay? A lot of things will happen. Decisions will be made that you do not agree with. Let it go. Admin will place many things upon you. They'll make rules, they'll make SOP, operations. Chiefs, sheriffs, colonels will make decisions. You might not like them. Let it go. Far too many officers spend way too much time kicking a can because of something that the administration put in place, something that the courts or the prosecutors said or did. Let it go. Remember what I told you on the range the day you qualified. The difference between a professional and an amateur is often not skill, but how you respond to adversity. Screwing up or booting the ball, what we dubbed it in baseball, is something that everyone, regardless of your abilities, will do. How you handle that is the difference. You see, a professional will boot the ball. They will cuss. They will kick dirt. They'll say, "Why?" And then they'll take a breath and they'll let it go. Because they know, as a professional, they need to get their head back in a game. They need to be ready for the next play, because that's all that matters. They have no influence or power over what just transpired. The amateur, on the other hand, cannot do that. The amateur will boot the ball, they will cuss, they will kick dirt, they will scream, and then they will continue to dwell on that until the next play comes, and they will boot the ball once again. And it's an endless circle of kicking the can. Don't do it that way. Remember rule number 1. Rule number 3, leave work at home, leave work at work. Okay, not at home, please. When your shift ends, put it away. Go home, be fully engaged in your families. Don't confuse this with being secretive of the job. You will and you need to talk about the job with your families. The good things that happen, the bad things, and the very, very many funny things that will happen. But don't go home and lay your complaints, your frustrations, and your gripes on your family. Your family needs you to be husband, wife, mother, father, not a cop. In this profession, divorce is high. Marriage is hard. I know I'm not telling a secret to anyone who's married. Don't make it harder by kicking the can at home over stuff that happens at work. Have outside interests. Whatever that interest may be, participate in it, do it, enjoy it. And while we're on this subject, it is okay and even healthy to have friends that are outside the law enforcement community. They have a way of keeping us a little more grounded with life. Rule number 4, don't fall into the us against them way of thinking. In this country today, there seems to be a complete disdain for law enforcement, a cry from many to defund the police, to replace us with social workers. All this being said and shown in the media, it's easy for officers to adopt an us against them mentality. You must remember the oath you take to protect and serve. Take solace in the fact that the number of people that cry defund is really small. Many, many more are with you. They understand your difficulties and they stand in support. You must remember that you will encounter hundreds and hundreds of people during the courses of your career. I truly believe the vast majority of those folks are good, no different than you. They're folks that are just trying to get through life, pay their bills, raise their kids, save a few dollars, and enjoy life. No different than you. These people will be someone's parents, children, grandparents, siblings, aunts or uncles, and just like those that you love, you should treat them the way that you would want yours treated. Yes, they've booted the ball, they've made a mistake, and now they're dealing with law enforcement. For most of these people, it'll be their only encounter with law enforcement. The way you handle it will have lasting effects. Try to make it a good one. In closing, I will leave you with my last lesson. I have to dig down here for my quarter. This is my last lesson as an instructor to you, the students. I have here a quarter. It's a normal quarter. It's very tough to see without my glasses, but I'm quite sure that George Washington appears on one side. Yep, there he is. While I would tell you the date and where it was minted, I can't begin to see that. My question for you, how many sides does the quarter have? 2. A front and a back? A heads, a tails? A top, a bottom? While that's a good answer, it's not the correct one. You see, the quarter actually has 3 sides. There's an edge. Now, the edge is small, but it's a small piece of real estate that separates the top from the bottom. You will be called to many things. You will have to decipher the truth, what happened, whether charges need to be filed. Remember the quarter, because like the quarter, the truth usually falls in that small intervening space between the top and the bottom, between the head and the tail. I truly thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you tonight. And while you may not remember what I've said 30 years from now, trust me, I will remember it for the rest of my life. Take pride in what you've accomplished and always, always meet each and every new challenge with a can-do attitude. I'm proud to be associated with each and every one of you, and I say congratulations and may God bless.
You're leaving me a quarter. Sergeant Love, thank you for your words of wisdom. Those are some pretty great words, and we're lucky and fortunate to have you here, so thank you. My name is Kelly Crawforth. I am the junior senior coordinator for the program. I know you've been told several times, but thank you for being out here to support our students. They worked really hard for this, and we're very proud of them. So I'll be calling out the students, graduation from class 9, one at a time, and then afterwards I'll call out the awards. Okay, and you can take a picture if you want to come over to the side as well of the podium. So first up, we got Thomas Gomez. Next, we have John Orison. Fatuma Oweed. Tanea Prindle. Shirley Reyes. Never disappoints. Brianna Wilson. Congratulations, Class 9. You did good. So as you saw in the class videos, our students go through an array of different training. So we have awards for these different classes, or for the different courses that we have. So for our first award, we have Top Shooter, and that goes to Tanea Prindle. I'm gonna miss you guys. All right, our next award goes to the top driver, which is Fatuma Oweed.
That's my girl.
The last award goes to the top academic, which is Shirley Reyes. So again, congratulations and thank you. I've always tell our students, thank you for letting me be part of your journey along the way. I'm proud of you.
It's been a long day. First, 9, congratulations. It's good to have you back. Missed you guys, and it's always nice to see you back. 10, long day, right? I've had them out on the tarmac since 7 o'clock, running around in the sun, trying to figure out some tactics and packing wounds. They are all professional medics now and can save anybody that needs saving. It was a long day. They worked hard, and I'm very proud of them. Very proud of both classes. Okay, first, Evelyn Alvarado. Nathan Groover. Good job today. Daniel Heath. Kimmer Jackson. Cole McDonald. You be nice. Carissa Nelson, class president. Andrew Regner. You be nice too. They've been giving me a pretty hard time today. I wasn't sure I was going to let them graduate. Jordan Sellers. Nice job. Nice job, everybody. All right, for the awards, there's been a lot of worry about this between two of them that were in contention. The top shooter for Class 10, Andrew Regner. The difference was like .0001. Nicely done. Good job. All right. Top driver, Cole McDonald. Nice. All right, the big one, top academic, President Carissa Nelson.
My questions did something.
She had a lot of questions. All right, congratulations, both classes. Nicely done.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to 9 and 10, to the award winners and to the rest of the class. We appreciate everything you've done. I'd like to make a few comments quickly, and then we'll get to the Peace Officers Code of Ethics, which is the final stage here tonight. I want to tell you, Jim, I thought you were reading from my notes for my comments tonight because they are so close to each other, so I'm actually going to skip just a little bit of those. But I do want to say a few things to the classes in particular. First of all, what an honor it is to be the director of this program, to be able to select and work with such great young people, knowing that we are going to give you all the training, the knowledge, the ability to go out and do your job well. And we know at the end of the day that we did a good job if we feel comfortable knowing that you'll respond to our house when we call. My goodness, what would that be like? Showing up at the Maoris for a domestic? No, not really. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. As with all good things, success does not come based on the work of any one person. Our award winners tonight didn't win those awards because of things they did alone. Every one of those people had somebody supporting them, pushing them, whether from home or whether within the class. They always had support. People who struggled had people come up and say, let me help you, let me make you better, let me teach you what I can. And that is what makes the difference. I want to say thank you so much to the commitment that we get from our law enforcement partners, from the Peace Officer Standards and Training Board, the post staff, the CWI leadership, our instructors, our staff members that are here on the platform and in the audience. It takes all of us to do this and to make this happen. And that's why we're such a successful program, because we are a team, and you are a part of that team. I want to say a special thank you to Stacy Mowry, to Kelly Crawforth, to Carly Reynolds, and to Kevin Plaques for the support that they give us every single day. If I can't be there, I know the job's going to get done. If I need something, I know I can call and I can get it taken care of, because it's all about our students. It's all about them. A couple of thoughts for me, addressing both classes specifically now. The first thing is that you should provide the best service possible as you move forward in your career. Realize that no matter how important or how insignificant the call you go to may seem to you or the other people around you, it is absolutely the most important thing going on in that caller's life. Treat it as such. Be professional. Be respectful. Give it the attention that it deserves. And be a positive example for everybody around you. Next is always work to be better. Always work to improve. Become better physically. Become better educated. Become a better communicator. But most of all, become a better person. It is not always all about the job. Although for the last 9 months, for many of you it has been, it is not always about the job. It is about being a good person. Be that positive example that I mentioned before. And as our keynote speaker said, put your family first. You know how I feel about that. You will be required to adjust the calendar for holidays, for training sessions, for schedules, for events, all kinds of things. You will learn to work when others sleep, and you will sleep when others work. You will struggle at times with adapting to your work schedule, with court, with training, and so on, and so on, and so on. Be positive. Be flexible. Think before you speak or act, in public or in private. Make sure you take a tactical pause before you say something that could come back to get you in your career. Be smart and be the proper example. You're all tasked as leaders moving forward now. You'll be tasked with being problem solvers. You'll be tasked with being a shoulder to cry on for some, and you will be a recipient of people's ignorant bias and anger. It's part of the job. Don't take it personally. Some of you know in my office I have a stuffed armadillo that was given to me by one of my supervisors a long time ago. And he said, you want to be a good police officer, you got to be an armadillo. Warm and squishy on the inside, and a shell as hard as hell on the outside. Let it roll off your back. Let it go. You never know when you're going to make a difference in the life of someone based on what you say or what you do. And keep in mind, as Jim said as well, the great majority of people support the police in this country. And we live in a fantastic area, a fantastic region of our country because we have tremendous support throughout the Northwest and in our areas here in Idaho. These people support you for a reason. They're everyday people, and they really have little perception of what you do, but they would not take your job for $1 million a year. They don't understand it. They don't know what you do on a daily basis, but they know they don't want to do it, and it takes special people to do it. Remember, we will step up and be a warrior when we must, but our job every day is to be a guardian. And I challenge you to be guardians for your community. The real police haters, as I've told you time after time, is a very small number of people within our culture. They are, however, sometimes the most vocal. And never forget, they're just the ones blogging from their mother's basement. Your family, both blood and blue, have your back and are there to support you in good or bad times. Make sure you do the same for them. They deserve your support. They deserve your time and your energy. And again, as I've told you over and over, when you're at work, give 100%. But always have gas in the tank when you get home to give 100% to those folks who deserve it. Take good care of them and yourself. I know that you will go out and make a difference and know that we are proud of you. And now, graduates, it's time for you to take the Peace Officers Code of Ethics. Class 9 and 10. On your feet. Raise your right hand. Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or to my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, and ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others, honest in thought and deed in both my personal and official life. I will be exemplary in obeying the law and the regulation of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature or that is confided in me in my office capacity will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudice, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and a relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear of favor, malice, or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of law enforcement service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by other officers. I will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and their representatives in the pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself with sincere and unfaltering commitment to my chosen profession, law enforcement. Classes 9 and 10, if you agree to abide by this code of ethics, please respond with a resounding, I do! I do! You may put your hand down. Classes 9 and 10, congratulations. Please turn and face the audience. You may take your seats. I can't tell you how proud we are of you. I cannot tell you the amount of worry and care and phone calls and early morning texts, 3:56 in the morning from him this morning. I cannot tell you the amount of passion that your instructors put into this program for you. By giving you the best, we provide the community with the best. And that's what you are moving forward. This will conclude our ceremony. The way we are going to go out is similar to how we came in. We will start on the outside of the front row, and each graduate will get their party and take them out. And once that party is moving, the next person will get theirs so we don't all bunch up together. Thank you so much for attending tonight. This is simply the first step in a long and hopefully successful career for each of our students. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you students. Congratulations.